Hi YouTube, I'm a bastard. I haven't made you guys a video in long ass time. I've been busy with school and filling my brain with information, relevant information for my candy making career. So sorry, genuine sorry, not a sorry, not sorry, sorry. But I'm gonna make up for it with this video. I'm going to pull my pants up. Excuses don't burn calories, people, but lighters do burn bowls. So I'm going to hit this real quick and then I'll get to the topic of this video. Okay, so this video is all about tempering chocolate. Nobody likes to do it. It's a bitch. It's horrible. It's mean. It's temperamental. It makes you have temper tantrums. There's lots of temper words you can use while tempering chocolate, but I have discovered a miracle. A fucking miracle. Like, it just works. Okay, so I recently dropped $1,000 on a fancy ChocoVision Rev V tempering machine. Similar to the one we have at the college. Not as big, not as expensive. Still essentially the same thing. And not everybody can afford a fancy $1,000 tempering machine. I can't really afford this fancy $1,000 tempering machine, but I have it. So I was looking online at tempering videos and yada, yada, yada. And I came across two different videos. Just two. That's it. I'm just kidding. No, two videos. So about tempering chocolate with cocoa butter. So okay, if you don't know what tempering chocolate is, we're going to go over that real quick. Tempered chocolate is chocolate that when you pick it up, it doesn't melt right away. It snaps and it's shiny. Most of the candy on the market nowadays, Reese's, Hershey's, blah, 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 they're not tempered. Lindt chocolate bar, probably tempered, really good stuff. But, Mars brand and stuff like that, not tempered. You probably wouldn't want to snap into your Reese's peanut butter cup. You want that soft, melty chocolate. But tempered chocolate is chocolate that is shiny, snaps when you break it, and doesn't melt when you touch it. This is like the high quality chocolate you see in Truffles and at like See's Candy and all those other places where you get your stuff, Ghirardelli, whatever. So that's tempering chocolate. The process of tempering chocolate has to do with all the crystals in chocolate. Chocolate's got all these crystals, and beta crystals are the ones you want. You want beta crystals to form. But there's all these other type of crystals, and when you melt the chocolate, those crystals go like fucking TV fuzzes. We don't have that anymore because we don't have cable, but when the TV got all fuzzy, that's what the chocolate crystals are doing. So you add other chocolate with the correct crystals to teach these crazy crystals how to behave and go, yes, I am tempered chocolate. So yeah, we're not getting too much into the science because that's probably boring for most people, but it's all about crystals. And what you're tempering in the chocolate is the cocoa butter crystals. Oh my God. So these two videos that I saw both talked about getting tempered cocoa butter. And I'm like, what the fuck is tempered cocoa butter? And they're all using this weird powder shit. And I'm like, okay, temper in my mind, hard, shiny, snap. Okay, so if I just got solid cocoa butter, is that tempered? And I was like, no. So I looked it up online, and there's this whole process to tempering cocoa butter. You have to like incubate it, like I guess in an incubator, not for like chickens. I guess maybe you could, but like you have to keep it warm for 24 hours at a certain temperature to temper cocoa butter. Anywho, if you don't want to do all that crap, you're going to buy this stuff. And because my phone sucks balls, I'm going to have to stop and restart with the other view. I'll be right back. This is the gold, okay? This is the honey. This is the manna, the, nectar of the gods. This is called my cryo. God, that's hard to say. My cryo. It looks like my and then the word cryo. So we're going to call it my cryo real quick. Or my cryo. Or my cryo. Whatever. My cryo. Micrio. Whatever they call it. This stuff is normally sold like in the UK. So like when we're looking at shit over here, we got like a million different languages going on. I think it's like Russian and maybe German and Swiss, I don't know, whatever. But, yeah, it says, cacao berry, my cradle, cocoa butter. 500 grams, and then blah, 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 blah. As you can see, this came from the Pastry Depot. What's up, Pastry Depot? Plug. $28.56 for this 550 gram container. And yes, it came this empty. I think it just shifted. There's really 550 grams in there. Actually, I don't know. I didn't measure, but I'm just gonna say there is. Anywho, so this is tempered. And you order this, and I paid a little bit more for shipping to get mine soon because most of this, like I said, is coming from the UK. So it's going to take a while to get here. If you want to do something right away, I would pay for expedited shipping. Also, when you get this stuff, it is cocoa butter, people. It is tempered and it is powdered, but it's still cocoa butter. And you see how like this is kind of yellow right here? Okay, this is from heat. And they shipped it in a special insulated bag with ice packs. I paid extra for that. And they won't ship it on days that are hot, because if it is warm outside and you don't pay for that extra protection during shipping, it's not going to make it to you. So mackerel is the powder. So now that we know all about this mackerel powder, wow, that's pretty racist. Sorry, internet. I wanted to say it like that. You know, nowadays you can identify as a rock if you want to. So yeah, I identify as an asshole. Anywho, so, yeah, this method works amazingly. And the two videos that I saw were both, like, overseas, so they were using the metric measurements, which is fine because I use them in cooking and baking. I don't know why the U.S. hasn't, like, gone metric or stupid. It's funny, in math class, we're talking about the difference between the metric system and the American system. And pounds is American and grams is metric. And I'm like, or ounces is American and grams are metric. And I'm like, then why the fuck do we sell grams of weed if it's metric and we're American? I don't get it. Anyways, long story short, this method, I'm gonna put you down, I'm tired of holding you. This method goes along with math, and I suck at math, so I just kind of copied what I saw the people doing. What they were doing was taking 2 kilos of chocolate. Now, it doesn't matter if it's untempered, if it's, hold on, I'm gonna get you an example of what it can look like. And it doesn't matter, like, people, you can't ruin chocolate. You can't fucking ruin it. If you ruin it, the only way to really ruin it is put water on it. That's the only way you're gonna ruin your chocolate. Water. Don't water your chocolate. But, okay, so see this here? This awesome piece of fractal art is what they're now calling this. And let's, it still looks pretty good on the inside. It is still quite fractal, though. It's got a lot of bloom. This is a lot of cocoa butter bloom. But anyways, even if the chocolate's like this, you can start with this kind of chocolate. It doesn't matter. Don't throw away your chocolate. It's savable, people. It's savable. So, they started with 2 kilos of chocolate, which is 4 pounds for us. So, 4 pounds of chocolate. And then they said 20 grams of this mackerel, or whatever it's called, the tempered cocoa butter. Anyways, yes, so what I did, because I didn't know if I had 4 pounds of chocolate, was I did 2 pounds of chocolate and 10 grams of this stuff. And there's 550 grams in here, people. And if I'm only using 10, 20 at max per batch of chocolate, shit, this is gonna last forever. This is so awesome. So yes, you basically what you do is you melt your chocolate. Whatever chocolate, this crap chocolate, the good chocolate, tempered chocolate, whatever chocolate, as long as it's couverture chocolate. Don't try and do this shit with chocolate chips, people. This is not going to work with like chocolate chips or Hershey bars. Maybe Hershey bars. So bring it up to its highest melting point. I think for dark chocolate, which is this right here, that's like 120 or 135 or something like that. So find out the melting temperature of the chocolate that you're using, because all of them vary. And you bring it up to its highest temperature. If you don't have a machine to melt it, fine, use a double boiler. That's cool. Just be careful of steam coming up on the edges and bubbles, and that's what I have problems with. And I'm like, stupid water, stop trying to ruin my chocolate. But it doesn't, thank God. So bring it up to its highest melting point. Hold on, my roommate's coming in. I'm sure he doesn't want to be in this video. Shh, hold on. It wasn't my roommate, it was my good buddy. No names. Anyways, back to the chocolate tempering business. So it's super fucking easy to do it with this cocoa butter. So you bring it up to the temperature, the highest temperature the chocolate can take. And reason you're doing that is because at that temperature, all the crystals in the chocolate, I think there's 6 types. All 6 types will be melted, and then you can start with a fresh palette. Because if you don't have all the crystals melted and there's some left, it's going to be out of temper. You might get streaking, you might get bloom, and then you're just going to get frustrated, and that's no fun. So bring it up to its highest temperature. And then from what I saw in the video, I'm not sure if I might have to mess around with temperatures. It worked fine for me. I'm up here in the mountains, keep in mind. I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado, so everything's slightly different. But I heated up my chocolate way too hot. It was like 138, but it worked. And brought it back down to 95. Just kept stirring in a bowl, stirring, agitating, whatever. Something similar. I wouldn't suggest anything fast because you can whip air into it. So just, you know, light stir. Or if you want to table the chocolate, tabling is where you pour it out onto a marble top or a polished granite and use scrapers to move it around, but most people don't have that, so you can just stir it in a bowl. And then once the chocolate reaches 95 degrees, and we've talked about this many times, people, if you don't have a fucking probe tip thermometer by now, stop watching my videos and then go get one and start watching them again, because you need a probe tip thermometer. And I also have this awesome InstaRead trigger surface thermometer, which is great for when you're stirring, because the probe tip you kind of got to hold at the right spot, or it's sitting at the bottom of the bowl and getting the wrong reading if it's too far out, not right reading. So you can just turn this on, and this dish plate right here is 66.7 degrees. What am I? Let's see. 90.23. Yeah, don't shine this in anyone's eyes. But it's a lot of fun, and it works, and it held your last recorded temperature. Whatever. So, bring it down to 95 degrees, however you know it's 95, and add this. Now, if you're doing the 4 kilos, or 2 kilos, 4 pounds, 20 grams of this. If you're doing half of that, 2 pounds, 10 grams of this, which is what I did. So I just took out 10 grams, measured it, dumped it in, and stirred it until it was melted. Stir, stir, stir. And then, once it's melted, you just keep stirring the chocolate until it reaches its working temperature. The dark chocolate I have, the working temperature is between 88 and 90 degrees. So I would wait till it's 88 and 90, and then start pouring in your molds and working with it as fast as you can. Because once it starts to cool, it's going to set. And that's where a tempering machine would be amazing, because it would hold it at that tempered temperature. Wow, I did that. That's impressive. Anyways, would hold it at that temperature, but most people don't have that. So just work with it quick and do what you can. But here's, look at this. Oh no, don't focus on me. Focus on the sexy ass chocolate. Here, maybe if I put it over my face. There we go. Do you see this? Do you see this beautiful chocolate? No streaking. Well, see that little bit right there? That's for me pouring. That's not bad streaking. That's okay streaking. But yeah, it's gorgeous. There is no spoon. Sorry. Yes, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And all it took was heating up chocolate and adding some of this. None of that, bring it up to temperature, bring it down, seed it, remove the seed, take it out, hold it, blah, 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 blah. This is amazing. And I feel like I got cheated out of this information, because how did no one fucking tell me about this? I'm in culinary school. How did I not know? Apparently this stuff used to be really expensive. That's why it was never brought up. But it's cheap now. And oh my God, the world needs to know. Everyone needs to know about this my cryo powder. My cryo. I keep calling my cryo. My cryo. You need to get some. Order it online. Go on Amazon.com immediately and buy some of this. If you have ever had problems tempering chocolate and you are tired of it and you're pissed off and you're done, you don't have the money for a fancy machine, and you're just like, I'm going to give up on chocolate because it sucks. Buy this. I swear to God, your life will get better and your chocolate will get better. And honestly, this does not change the flavor profile. It only mildly raises the cocoa butter content, which is fine for most chocolates. Now, if you use this constantly, like let's say you have some chocolate that you use the my cryo with and tempered it, and then it hardened, and you were like, okay, I have leftover, you could probably temper it again with this, but I probably wouldn't do it a third time, because the more cocoa butter you add, the more you're changing the chocolate, and then the melting is different, the drying is different, the hardening is different, yada, yada, yada. So this is just good for when you need tempered chocolate on hand to use right away. So yes, I hope this video reaches the entirety of the internet and goes around the frickin' world, because I'm pissed I never knew about this. Like, really pissed. And when you Google tempering chocolate with tempered cocoa butter, only 2 fucking videos come up. Two! So here's a third. And I hope you've made it this far and haven't been bored or turned me off yet, because this is really useful information. I know I blather on a lot and you gotta listen to a lot of crap, but you will always learn something. So yeah, go try this out. If you have any questions, feel free to, I guess, ask them in this little section area down below. If you want to subscribe, as always, awesome, kick-ass, not mandatory. I don't care if you want to like my video or you want to hate it, whatever. But if you want to subscribe and click that little ding thing for alerts, cool. I will try and make more videos, and I will actually make a video where I'm using this. Today I don't have time. I just wanted so desperately to get this information out there. Get yourself some of this, and your chocolate tempering woes will be over. Guaranteed. And if not, you can call me and bitch at me, or message me and bitch at me, and I'll walk you through how you fucked it up. Because this is guaranteed. It'll work. If it doesn't work, it's a user error. All right, YouTube. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope you're having a kick-ass day. Remember, excuses don't burn calories. Get your asses out there and exercise. Do something healthy. Don't be a lazy fuck like I'm going to do today. And, yeah, as always, if you have any questions, hit me up. Peace.